digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire.
Hiya, guys, and welcome to Tottenham Till We Die. It's not Tottenham Till I Die anymore. It's Tottenham Till We Die. Yes, only one letter changed, but it is now Tottenham Till We Die. Hope good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching this pre-record. And joining me, of course, on the build-up to the big game tomorrow, to the game of the night at 8 o'clock kickoff at the most wonderful stadium of all, White Hart Lane, is my man, James. James, how are you, sir? And are you looking forward to the game tomorrow?
Oh, I am so looking forward to the game tomorrow. And good evening to you, Dermot, and happy Easter to you, my friend.
Yeah, happy Easter. Happy Easter to everyone. Hope you're stuffing yourself with chocolate when this goes out. Either you stuffed yourself too much with chocolate or you're not stuffed enough. It's always Bank Holiday Monday tomorrow, so there you go. I just want to talk a little bit before we start going in. You have a little bit of news about Scott Munn and John Lang. Now, we're going to more in depth with this on Wednesdays, guys, on the show me and James are doing. But as reported, as broken by us first, Scott Munn and Lang, I think, are apparently going to leave Spurs. I think you can add more to it, can't you?
Yeah, so from my sources close to the club, it is, and it's basically been blasting through the media and even got brought up in Andrew's press conference that Munn and Lang are going to part ways with Tottenham at the end of the season. Hopefully, this is going to mean either a new technical director and a new director of football coming in. Rumours that are starting to circulate so far is that Paratici will be coming back as our director of football, and a new technical director will be coming in as well to act as an intermediary between himself and the new CEO, Vinay.
Yeah, well, hopefully now, and this could be all to do with the new ownership group as well. That's come to take over at Spurs. look, we've also got this other breaking news, which we broke early in the show I did with Steve, from Stateside Footy, but we'll read through it again. I want your views on it as well, James. It goes on to say that Daniel and Ange have come to an understanding that despite the season's poor form and arguments that have happened, it would be difficult to part ways with each other. If they win the Europa League this season and then the trophy drought, the new ownership group, which there will be, would like that man, but also see that if Ange won a trophy this season, getting rid of Ange would become increasingly more difficult and wouldn't go down well with the fans. Now, look, there was a lot of rumors last week before the Frankfurt game. We had it in the chat. It'd be gone within 36 hours. We were getting different news left, right, and center, sort of along them sources. But as I think we said it, or I said it, or we both said it, that this is a very fluid situation. That whatever happens along with the Europa League, it's going to really mean on that. So with that news you've just seen now and what we were getting last week, how important has the Europa League become to Ange to keep his job?
It's vitally important. So from what I'm being told, Dermo, is that if Ange was to lose, if we were to crash out of the Europa League in the semi-final or not go to or lose in the final, that would probably mean the end of his tenure. But if we were to go out in the semi-final, the board have come to the agreement that he will see the season out. They're not going to sack him with 3 games left. It's a pointless scenario. Let him see the season out and part at the end of the season. If we go on to win it, from very much like what you say, the new owners, yes, they would like their own man, but seeing that Ange has lifted our first trophy in umpteen years, that it would be very unpopular decision for it to happen. Not all of Spurs fans are going to agree with us on that one, and some will want him gone regardless of whether or not he's won the trophy. But I think, given the fact that he's won a major European trophy in his second season, with all the injuries that we've had this season, and the discord that has run through the team this year due to behind-the-scenes situations, I think he only rightly would deserve a third season. If results don't pick up, by all means, show him the door.
Agree with you on that. But look, that is the latest we've got on that. But any other latest news we would get. Also, you have some bit of sort of early transfer news. What have you got there as well?
What I'm hearing. So what I'm hearing is the 2 Saudi Arabian clubs, 2 different Saudi Arabian clubs, are coming in for 2 of our first team players, if you could call it what you could call it. Definitely call one of them's definitely a first team player. One of them's a squad player, I would say, in Madders and Richie. And that is looking more likely on one than the other. But the money that is being touted for both of them, I can't see Spurs turning it down. Like I say, on Wednesday, I'll have more info and I'll be able to divulge a little bit more, hopefully. Your mic's gone, Dermo.
Sorry. If you're around on Tuesday, we might do a transfer bit of show on Tuesday. So if you're around on then, we'll do something then. Definitely Wednesday, guys, do catch me and James, because we are going to look into the Lang effect at Tottenham, and we're going to look at him and look at Paratici, look at their transfer records, and look at the different transfer windows they've had. I'm rarely asked the question, have Tottenham failed Ange? And we're really going to dissect it. So that's coming on Wednesday. Tuesday, if you're available, James, it's just come to my head. We could do a transfer show, an early transfer window show, where we're going to look at players that are free, that could come to the club, and also look who we'd like to come as well. But we do have Nottingham Forest tomorrow, an important game in the Premier League, coming on the back of beating Frankfurt. Are you looking forward to it? Are you?
I think.
How
do you know what?
are you?
Oh God! On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm definitely an 11. Just how well we played on Thursday, I'm really hoping. Look, I've delved into Andrew's press conference. I've listened to what he said. He said he's going to probably make about 5 or 6 changes. And as you can see on screen, guys, this is the predicted lineup that I've gone for. The only difference is we couldn't find Odebear to put out there on the right-hand side. So I've, rather than Richarlson's Odebear, and Richie would be through the middle, giving Solanke a rest. But I think it's a pretty strong lineup. I think it's a lineup that is more than capable of giving Nottingham Forest a good game. And I'm hoping we kick on now. For some reason, I've just got it. I feel it in my water. We've turned a bit of a corner with that resilience. That resilience we showed on Thursday against Frankfurt really made me think, hang on a second here. Yeah, that's a different team there. That's a team that's united. That's a team that's together. So yeah, I think we'll give Forest a good game. Obviously, it's at home. We've got a good record against Forest at home, and I really think it's going to be a cracking game. I'm well looking forward to it.
I am too. Now, look, I may have, because I go with that front three myself personally. I would go with that front three. I wouldn't look, as much as I think Odegaard's a good player. I think Richie and Johnson down the wings, I think, makes sense for me. But I understand you want to give Solanke a rest. I love the midfield. I think the midfield in itself, you put Archie Gray in the number 6, and you play Bentancur and Sarr in the 8 rows in there. I think gives you balance. Ben Davies in centre back. Yeah, you wrap up Mikey van der Ven in Cotton Wool. You wrap him up. We do have Liverpool 7 days later.
Yes.
Now Liverpool did win today. They haven't won the title, but there is a chance they could win it if they beat us next Sunday. How do you feel? And that will be before our first semi-final. Do you think that, I think it is, isn't it? Liverpool's before. Yeah, Liverpool's before.
Yes. Yeah,
it is. So is this sort of the same lineup we might see next Sunday as well?
I think what you might find is next Sunday is Davis might drop out for Van der Ven for 45 minutes just to keep him fresh, because you don't want him going into the Europa semi-final first leg cold. But I can't see too many changes. Maybe if Sonny's back fit, they will give him 45 minutes as well. But yeah, I could pretty much see the Liverpool game a very similar team. 1 or 2 little tweaks here and there, but again, just to keep the legs fresh. Don't want them going into that Europa League game cold. So
no, but as you say, we do have a very good record against Forest. We have played them 15 times in the Premier League, 1 defeat. Look at that, identical records, home and away. That is, I've never, in all these things I've made up, I have never seen that before. For me, that is just, it's unreal. Do you know, we will go through the recent games. Of course, I take the last 4 because I didn't have enough on my sheet to do 5, but it seems to be pretty even, doesn't it? Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So are you looking for another 3-1 tomorrow? Do you think that could be?
I'd take a 1-0 tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I can see Forest giving us equally a good game. I could probably see him maybe nabbing a goal. So if I were going to go on a limb, I would probably say 2-1 Spurs on tomorrow.
Yeah. So that rally will continue the trend, because you can see the last 2 home games we've won 3-1, but we haven't won it away in the City ground for a while. It was Forest's last 5 games, only 2 defeats out of the last 5. Of course, that was defeats against Everton and Aston Villa, cost 3 wins against Man United, Ipswich, and Man City, which is no mean
Yes.
feat, by the way. For us, it's only 1 win in the last 5, which is an horrendous run in the Premier League. Drew
Yeah.
against Bournemouth, defeats against Chelsea, Fulham, Chelsea, and Wolves. Only 1 win against relegated now Southampton. So Forest are the form team, fight for Champions League football.
Champions League, yeah.
We're really not in a good run at the moment. Only 1 win in our last 5. A
Yeah.
defeat tomorrow, does that start up all the Ange sort of debate again? Get him gone, get him out if we play badly.
Yeah,
Do
of
you know?
course it will. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It's
how much does that? Do you know? As a fan, are you getting fed up with it? Because I am.
yeah. It's I mean, it's daily.
Yeah.
I get an email. I'm reading on the sports networks. It's daily. Ange has gone. Levy's made Ange sack decision. He'll be gone by end of tomorrow. He'll be gone by. I mean, the amount of times I've heard that he's going to be gone within 48 hours is crazy. And yeah, it's just getting tiresome. It's just getting tiresome.
It is.
Just let the man do the job. Let the man do his job.
It's a little bit like ripping off for a plaster, isn't it? You just want the plaster ripped off and get over and done with.
Yeah,
If he's going to
100%.
go. If he's going to stay, the club need to come out and say, this is our man for next season, or Ange
Yeah.
will be leaving at the end of the season. They need to come out with some sort of statement, one way or the other.
I think that the reason why we haven't is mainly because of the Europa League. I am in 100% no doubt. If we'd have lost against Frankfurt, he wouldn't have been in charge tomorrow night.
Yeah.
He would have gone. So it kind of throws his own spanner in the works. So I think that the club would be ready to make the statement, but because of what I've been told regarding Ange and everything with him now, even if we were lost for semi-final, they would keep him. I do think the club now needs to come out and say, look, we will reevaluate at the moment. Ange Postecoglou is our manager, and we will be reevaluating his position at the end of the season.
Which consistently they have been coming out and saying anyway.
Yeah.
But we can only break with the news we get, and our source is pretty solid. He's never let me down. And if he tells me that Ange, I mean, the 36-hour thing, we did debate that a little. We did sort of take that as a little bit of, well, didn't we? We didn't really. We had to read it out, but did we really take it seriously? For the reports we got back, it was told, yeah, maybe, or wait and see sort of thing, and it didn't work out.
It was the time frame, wasn't it, as well, really? Because it was a strange time frame of when we got the news. It was a strange time frame for 36 hours, even if it was to the maximum. Let's say it was the day before, the morning that the team were flying out to Frankfurt. So I understood, like I say, we had to go with it. We had to tell the people, we had to read it out, we had to tell the fans. But in all honesty, I never believed it was going to probably happen.
No. How was Ange in his press conference? Because I haven't seen it. I've been busy doing other stuff, but you watched it. Was he prickly? Was he a little bit more? Is the pressure getting to him? Or was he happy because you've said it was a little bit different from him?
Yeah, it was. He seemed a little bit down, to be fair, and he didn't seem his usual. Because look, he makes jokes with the reporters, the press conferences that say it's make this and make that. But he seemed a little bit despondent. Is probably the best word to use. And I think, again, he was asked about his position. So maybe that it was that he's coming into these press conferences and he's like, oh God, I've got to go through all this again, where they're going to ask me about my job. They're going to ask me about this. And he's probably just getting a bit fed up of it himself.
Yeah.
But like I say, yeah, he looked a bit glum and a bit despondent. Might have been tired from travelling himself. Obviously coming back from Germany, training, getting things ready for tomorrow night. But yeah, it didn't seem his usual upbeat, happy-go-lucky Ange to me. And yeah, he just seemed a little bit.
Down. Yeah. Well, look, this is our season so far. We're in 16th place, 11 wins. I have to say, with Arsenal winning today, that does save us from relegation mathematically. So I don't know really how to take that, to be fair. But anyway, we'll move swiftly on from that sort of question where I might have to ask. 16th for us, 11 wins, 4 draws, 17 defeats, 1.88 average goals scored per match, 1.53 average goals conceded per match, 6 clean sheets, 2.09 chances created per match. Biggest win, of course, was a 5-0 away to Southampton. Our worst defeat was our 6-3 home defeat to Liverpool. And then you look at Forest, they're sixth in the league, 17 games won this season, drawn 6, lost 9, 1.59 average goals scored, better than ours, 1.19 average goal conceded, far better than ours, 13 clean sheets, 1.56 chances created per match. Biggest win, 7-0 home victory versus Brighton. Worst defeat was the 5-0 away defeat. Look, if you look at our season, it's not been the greatest of seasons at all.
No.
Look, where did sort of to round it all up, sort of thing, James? How important is tomorrow night's game from a season point of view? And how important is it that we end the season? Because I think it's important we end the season on a high. We go on a run. That breeds confidence. Then we go we win our 2 semi-finals and we get who we get in the final.
Yeah.
How important is it that we go all out just to end the season on a one hell of a high?
Yeah, it's massively important, and I think it gives the fans something to be optimistic for next season. If we go out with a whimper for the rest of this season, it kind of then you've got the whole summer period where you're like all in, like I say, all just sort of a bit dejected, a bit despondent, a bit, oh well, it's not been a great season. What's really to look forward to next season? I think when the new owners come in, that will give us a little bit of a buoy. But yeah, if we go out flying, and we really dig deep and we go out with a big win, go out like what we got. We've got 4 games left, haven't we? 4 games left. 4 or 6. I've forgotten.
6, I think.
6, 5 after tomorrow. So if we can pick up 4 wins, 2 draws, that'd be a crack in the Premier League anyway. That'd be a cracking end of season. Obviously, winning the Europa League, that's the cherry on the top of a recovery season. Just quickly going back to them stats that you showed of
I'll bring them up
ours and Notts Forest. If you took away the top 3 lines, the win, draws, and the top 4, the positioning, the wins, the draws, the loss, and you look at that, I mean, we've got a better average goals scored. Yes, we've got a worse average goals conceded, but we've scored more goals. I mean, when you look at the Premier League table, there's like you get down to 7th, and then there's no one even close to us in positive goal difference. So we're scoring goals. And I was just looking at that when we put the graphic up, and I was just like, if you covered those top 4 lines and said, which team would you think would be higher? You'd probably say Spurs should be higher.
I mean, look, I've got the table there right now. If you look, the only informed team is Wolves at the moment. They've won 5 out of the last 5. But if you look at the likes of Man United, Everton, Crystal Palace. The highest we can finish now is 13th,
Yes.
or maybe 13th, so maybe 12th at a
12th.
push.
Yeah. I don't think 12th is out of the realms of possibility.
No.
I think look, I mean, Crystal Palace's form's been very spotty this season as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're just looking at I'm just looking at their record there. Played 33, won 11, drawn 11, lost 11.
Mm.
If that's not a team, we're not showing consistency, just like us. But yeah, I reckon we could probably push for 12.
Yeah.
It's not undoable, but like I say, I mean, Crystal Palace, I think they've got is it Arsenal next, or is it Arsenal
Yeah, Palace have got
today?
Arsenal next. Everton have got Chelsea. Man
Yeah,
United have Bournemouth. Wolves have Leicester, and we've got Forest. It is really tight down there. Look, the bottom three have now gone.
yeah,
Ipswich, Leicester, and they've gone now. So there's no chance of relegation. But there is a chance we could finish 17th. We should
there is.
never be in this position, to be fair. To be honest,
No,
we should not. Now, if you look at the top for Forest's point of view.
yeah,
Hang on, just let me go right. Top six. So what? They're only a couple of points behind Newcastle. It's really tight. I think that
yeah.
would go to the last game of the season, Champions League, by the way.
Oh yeah, so do I. I mean, if you think about it, if Nottingham Forest did beat us tomorrow,
Yeah.
they're going to go up onto 60 points. They're going to go back
Yeah.
into third place. Probably one of Forest's best finish in the modern Premier League. So they're going to come at us tooth and nail, or hammer and tongue, should I say? And we've just got to be like what we were against Frankfurt. We've got to be disciplined. We've got to be strong, and we've just got to stand as ground and just play our football. They're coming to our ground. Remember, we're not going there. They're coming to our place, and we've got to make them play our football, not us play their football.
Out of that top sort of 8, just very quickly, probably Bournemouth are out of it. But if you look at the top 7,
yeah,
probably Arsenal are probably bang on for finish second.
yeah.
Who's going to get the other 2? I say the other 2 are going to be Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest are going to get 3rd and 4th, and then I think the rest of it will add up to itself. But don't forget, also 5th gets you Champions League as well next season. So
yeah, it does.
There's a massive push, isn't there, to finish in the top 5. Have we shot ourselves in the foot by not doing that? We missed the trick this season, haven't we? Because
we have really.
We finished 5th last season. That would have got us Champions League this season.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the reason why 5th is now going to pick up a Champions League spot is basically the coefficiency, and the points that all the English teams have picked up for us. So that's basically given us that extra spot. But yeah, it's a big miss. It's a big missed opportunity. I mean, a better season. I mean, look, we've been unlucky in some games. I mean, some games we've been terrible, but we have been very unlucky in some games. And I think if we'd have scratched away maybe half of the losses that we've got and got them to wins or draws, and I think we'd be up there in the mix.
I reckon we would have been, yeah.
But like I say, we all know about the injuries. I'm not going to keep banging on about them. I'm getting sick of saying about the injuries, just like I'm getting sick of hearing about Ange losing his job. But it was a fact. It was a fact that was a big part of our. Yeah, I mean that's going to be a big game for us on Sunday the 11th, Crystal Palace.
It is, and that's the game I'm going to, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
So look, next Sunday we've got Liverpool.
Yes.
And then on this. And then when we playing again?
So when we play on the first, on the first is our first leg of the Europa League, and then we
So we've got
play
West Ham
Ham.
away on the
Yep.
Sunday.
Yep.
Then we've got Palace at home, which the game I'm going to, 2:15.
Yes.
Thanks for letting me know Premier League kickoff. So I know it's 2:15 kickoff. So I may even fly home on Sunday. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'll tell you that day as well, guys, for the Palace games. That game will be covered live here on THFC till we die. They will be also linked in with me live to the game. There will be also a blog. There will be also videos with me interviewing fans as well and getting fans' reactions. All that will be going up as well. And I will be giving an inside sort of halftime view and full-time view from inside the stadium as well. And more or less a little reaction to how I am during the game. So do look, we've got a lot of content coming up. And also on the Saturday before the game, I will be doing a live show for the Where We're Staying with me, Dave Harris. I think Jack's going to join us, Jack Nicky. I think Nick's going to join us as well. We're going to get Steve on. We're going to get James on, hopefully, as well, and Colin as well. And we're going to have a good pre-match show before that because we're pumped. Then we've got Aston Villa, which is live on Sky away, which I think could be very vital for Villa for the Champions League.
Yeah.
And then we finished the season at home to Brighton. But on Tuesday, we're going to go through these games more in depth. But James, look, thanks for joining me, man, for this pre-match game thoughts.
Yep.
Look, I'm going for a 3-0 win. I'm going for a 3-0 home win. I never back my team to lose. I'm going for 3-0. And Ange to march on, and the Europa League win as well. What are you going for? You went for 2-1, didn't you?
2-1 Spurs, yeah.
Yeah. James, where can people find you, sir? Because I tell you one thing, you've been a great addition to the channel. Really have. Loved doing shows with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Looking forward to doing more shows with you as well on Big Up as well.
Yeah, definitely.
As well over there. We're going to do a few tactical shows over there, and we're going to do a show on Tuesday, transfer sort of show, but Wednesday is the nice one where we're going to go over the news on John Lang. But where else can people find you, sir?
Yeah, I mean, they can send me messages through the THFC Tottenham Till I Die group channel, and on post a question on one of his videos. I do like spending some time reading all the comments that you guys post on our videos. If you've got any questions, fire them on there, and I will gladly reply and answer to you. And if I don't answer directly in your message, I will answer on our next video.
Yeah. I know it's a tongue tie to remember it's Tottenham till we die, not Tottenham till I die. It's a tongue tie. We will get used to it. But guys, thank you so much indeed. But that is the end of the show. All we're going to say, we're going to bounce back on the win tomorrow. We're on from 7 tomorrow with the build-up. Join me, Steve, and James for the build-up to the show. Me and Steve with the watch-along. James will then come in at half-time with his half-time thoughts on what he thinks of the game so far. He would then come in at full-time, and then the three of us will be doing final score after the game as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Tuesday, me and James will be doing the show on transfers. Who do we think we want to come? I'm going to get James to send me over his players who Spurs would like to get. We're going to talk a little bit about also about transfer windows with the ownership or with Levy. How different is it going to be? Wednesday, we've got a cracking show coming up with me and James where we're going to dissect the Lang legacy. How bad has he been at Spurs? And then, of course, we've got plenty of shows coming up Thursday, Friday, and the build-up to the Liverpool game on Sunday. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Do hit the like button, hit the subscription button. Let's get the 3K as quickly as we can. And what will you do? Let's back the boys. Let's back the team. Come on, you Spurs, in the big cock.
Come on.
Trust. And I'm going to play this groovy outro. I love the intro, by the way. Big up, Colin.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the music. Absolutely. Old 80s bad rock, but we love it.
Yeah.
On that bombshell, come on, you Spurs.
From rain to far.